Why is Bill Gates worshipped? Can anyone explain that to me? What is it about Bill Gates? What is it about Bill Gates that is so special? Can anyone tell me? How does a man like this, with billions and billions and billions of dollars, get to say, I want to block out the sun? Did you hear about this? He wants to block out the sun. He's geoengineering mosquitoes, and he invests all his money in depopulating the world. And this all comes out of his mouth. I want to show you this, and I want to know, and I know people that are actually like praise. They love my neighbor that used to live in Chestnut, New Jersey. He's like, we always contribute to the Gates Foundation because he does so much. He does so much? Bill Gates is an Avengers character. Play these things by him.
Population growth. That's this big benefit. The key thing you can do to reduce population growth is actually improve health.
In the developed countries, the big winners are countries that have shrinking populations.
I would like to reduce the number of people on the planet because there's too many of us.
Oh, really?
When we invest in clean energy and electric vehicles and reduce population,
Wait. What the?
more of our children can breathe clean air and drink clean water.
Oh, wow.
Now, the world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that. We're taking things that are, genetically modified organisms, and we're injecting them in little kids' arms. We just shoot them right into the vein. So in the next 5 to 10 years, for the next pandemic, we'll solve all those problems.
You say the next pandemic. There will be another pandemic.
Absolutely. We don't know when.
History teaches us that the next pandemic is a matter of when, not if.
We know what's next. We're going to have another major coronavirus pandemic before the end of this decade, before 2030.
If we really want to prevent the next pandemic, and there will be one, there will absolutely be an outbreak of another pandemic.
It's amazing how people know what pandemics are coming. It's amazing how this guy, he talks about we need to depopulate the world. Everyone talks about depopulating. Have you all traveled? Have you been to Middle America? It's nothing but space. Space, land, and space. Oh, now we play God? We decide who's going to live and who's not going to live? Do you remember years ago when we used to look at China and we'd go, that's a sick country because they don't allow, if it's a son or if it's a daughter, they have to get rid of them. It's like, what kind of country would do that to their children? The U.S. would. And you're allowing Bill Gates to say it, and people still put this man on a platform. He's playing God. He gets to decide who will live and who won't live because which I didn't know he was a scientist. And I didn't know he was a doctor. The last I checked, he was like a computer whiz who also was under investigation by the government a long time ago because he was the guy that created viruses when he was the only one that knew how to fix the viruses. Oh, genius, sire. And then he took his millions of dollars and he changed his whole image to be like, hi, I'm the vaccine guy. Let's go to Korea and kill kids. Korea didn't have autism until vaccines showed up. I didn't say that. That's not a fact. I'm not a scientist. But I've seen plenty of interviews that say the same exact thing. But hey, Bill Gates, isn't he brilliant? Guy, what a good guy. He contributes. He pays off. You know what all sick individuals do? They pay people off. Here, I'm a good guy. Ain't I a good guy? I'll pay for your foundation. Foundations, a lot of times, are big write-offs for billionaires. They need to write off a lot of money in taxes. That's what they do. Hey, here's a contribution contribution to your foundation. Tax write-off. Here's a they don't care about the contributions. It's a tax write-off. And then the people that get it, I will never forget this statement. I lived next to a guy that worked for Moderna. Actually, take it away. Moderna, great company. Really. Love what they do. This guy worked for a vaccine company. True story. And when the whole thing was going down, I'll never forget, we stopped in the street and he was all caught up in the news and he asked me if I got vaccinated. And I said, no, I'm not doing that. And he said, why not? I said, there's no need to. He goes, no, and he tried to explain to me what his little scientific friends taught him how to sell the product. And I'll never forget this quote. I said, well, what about the side effects? What about the people that are affected in a bad way with vaccines? And his exact words were, he paused and he went, the good outweigh the bad until it's your child. And the good outweighs the bad when it comes to how much of this is made. The good outweighs the bad. As long as we get that. If there was no money involved, would it exist? Would you have shoved it down everyone's throat? I don't know. It's a question to be asked. But hey, they're on television. We need to trust the science. Don't trust morality. Don't trust your instinct. Don't trust what God perfectly formulated your body with your own brain to think. Don't trust God who gave you common sense, those feelings that tell you something's wrong. Trust the television. They have the facts. They have the specialist. They have the figures. They have the truth. And they have this in their pocket to sell you the BS. I'll continue to listen to God. I will continue to listen to my instinct. Bill Gates, can you play he wants to block out the sun. Are you listening to me? You think I'm lying? Forget, if you don't want to believe Joe Rogan, that's fine too. First play the Rogan clip, then play, this is all over. He's not hiding this. Play this.
As some plan to stop global warming and like shoot particles into the air to block out the sun. And people are like, hey, do you know how many people are on Earth? You can't just come up with that idea and try it. Like, what about the rest of us?
You all need vitamin D.
But imagine being so ridiculous. You're so wealthy that you think, oh, I could just block the sun.
I got so much money, I'm going to block the sun. This is a character out of the Avengers. I shall go to the earth with all my wealth, and I'll go to a Coldplay concert, and I'll get caught. But before I do that, I shall not help the homeless. I shall not feed people around the world with my great wealth. I shall not build things for the elderly to give them care the rest of their life. I shall block out the sun. What do you need to see? You need to see this, and you need to see a tail and a pitchfork? Hello? Humanity, wake up! Block out the sun. The sun gives life. The sun makes things live. The sun gives life. It gives light. It heats. It's beautiful. It's warm. It gives life to the plant. The plants, they face the sun. The trees, they face the sun. Let's block it out. Who are the sick human beings behind this? Hey, let's march for these rights. It's all in your face. They laugh in your face. Play this guy. Play this clip.
also been obsessed with the idea of, quote, blocking out the sun using chalk or other types of chemicals. And Bill Gates has also funded research and projects all around the world, not just in America, but across Europe and various other places, that are willing to research and get involved in this type of nefarious, I would call it, practices.
Meanwhile, Bill Gates is backing the first high-altitude experiment of one radical climate change solution, creating a massive chemical cloud that could cool the Earth.
A chemical cloud.
It's called solar geoengineering, and it's highly controversial. It would look something like this. Thousands of planes would fly very high and use nozzles to inject millions of tons of light.
I thought this was a conspiracy that planes.
It would create a thin chemical cloud of those particles
in the air.
around
Oh, now
the
it's not
planet,
a conspiracy.
blocking some sunlight from reaching the surface.
Oh, we're going to block
It would
the
mimic a
sunlight.
giant volcanic eruption, which we know cools the Earth.
Now, just stop right here. If you went on God, morality, common sense, and some whack job comes to you and says, I got all this money and I got this idea of blocking out the sun. Your first reaction would go, are you a psychopath? Are you nuts? And then they go, but I've got money. How much money do you? And then you'd be like, okay, all right, I'll take the money. He's bought your morality. He's killed the God inside. He just killed everything. He killed your spirituality. He sold your soul, and you're willing to get behind this psychopath to block the sun. If there was no money involved, you'd probably chase this guy down the street, and you'd beat him to death for even the thought of saying, I'm going to spray things in the air, and I'm going to block out the sun. Man, I hope we wake up one day. Wouldn't it be beautiful if Bill Gates build homes for the elderly? Wouldn't it be great if he built homes and we started helping homeless people and started rebuilding Maui? Or started building the people that lost their lives in North Carolina and all of Fort Myers and the west coast of Florida and all the tragedies? Wouldn't that be amazing? Let's go block out the sun. Let's inject mosquitoes that can go and attack people. Have you heard that one? Go look that up. These aren't conspiracy, folks. This is real life that you're living. And the minute you turn off that damn television, and the minute you get your God back inside you and trust your instinct, the better we'll all be. And remember, you're way more important than you can ever imagine.